Hello everybody, Gingershadow here, and welcome to some Bleach mod with me. Badum, we're here, Badu. It's Bleach vibes, and it's not a mod review this time. It's probably what people expected, because the last like 20 times I played this mod, it's been a mod review. That's not what this is though. No, we're playing it in survival. We're trying it out with a couple other mods for funsies. That includes the- oh my god. I wasn't expecting the clothes to come off. Also including the combat, I put in the epic fight mod. Cause I used that in Fair and I'm like, wait a minute, Bleach mod has a bunch of really cool weapons. That could be a fun thing to throw in. And yeah, so here we are. We're just gonna have a play around because like, okay, so people be asking like, why are you not doing like a series or mini-series and stuff with it? It's more just because the mod gets updated a bunch and I'm like, I'm just waiting for stuff added and bam. The mod has more than enough in terms of, like, things to aim for. Like, you know, you've got your Shikai, you've got your Bankai, you can technically switch you over to try and get other stuff. You know, there's things to explore and get. You can get stronger, there's moves and stuff. You know, there's bits there. It's more just the variety of things to fight that I thought was a bit more lacking in the sense of there's not that many low-game enemies. There's only a couple of hollows, and that's kind of it. Then there's a bunch of really cool higher-end enemies. And, you know, it's not, like, not an insane number, but, you know, there's enough there that, like, you can have some fun fighting against, like, Grimjow and, you know, the various other bad and stuff like that. So, you know, it was one of those ones I was just kind of waiting to see if more stuff get added than that, but now it seems like they're updating, like, all the variations, like the Quincy's are getting a big update or something next, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I just want to play it, though. I've been waiting to play it for a while, so here we are. Here we go. We're just going to play in survival for a bit and have a bit of fun with it. I just shoved in some other mods instead. We'll just fight that stuff, and we'll also try, for early game, and then we'll try and fight the strong, thingy stuff. Like stuff like game, which I have no idea how you access that. Like, other than getting the Hogyo cure and using that to summon the spad stuff. I don't know how you get it. I don't know how you find and fight the Quincy King and stuff. I don't know if he spawns in mode. I've never tried this mod in survival, which I'm intrigued to see how it goes because I don't know really what to expect. I've tried it in, you know, creative mode for mod reviews where I've like spawned in all the stuff and bam. Not tried in survival though, so this should be fun. Also to know, because it's in a single player world and stuff, I might just end up like adding more mods in as time goes by. Or, I don't know, maybe we'll see if like the likes of Demony Boy or something wants to come and join us later once, you know, we're finished Dragon Block or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that one. But yeah, if you want to suggest some mods you think I should shove in for this, go for it. It's in a single player world. I can be quite flexible and just throw mods in without too much of a care. And we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, I'm also just having, so we've got fun things to fight, and I'll just try swapping between swords and stuff and playing around with all the various skills that we can get, because the mod has a few. This is a good mod. This mod's get, like, way more than enough to play in survival, to, like, have things to aim for, because you've got a various number of skills. You've got your sword and stuff and that, and then you do have the varying races. I mean, okay, humans is probably the least interesting stuff right now, but to be fair, humans have always had the least interesting stuff. That's true in the anime as well, and the manga. Like, you know, there's a couple of powers in there, but, you know, Shinigamis have got the most, probably. Quincy's have got a fun variety of stuff, and then the Espada are just cool. Or the Arankar, sorry, are just cool, and they've got fun forms. Which, actually, now I think about it, I think a fourth one got added. I have no idea what it is, because I haven't reviewed the mods in a little while, so that's something to do at some point. Try and find the fourth Espada thing. Probably not right now. I am currently a Shinigami, but, you know, something to look at later, perhaps. I'm sure by the end of this recording as well, I'll figure out other mods I really want to have included in this, because that's pretty much what always happens, is I'll start playing something, and then by the end of that recording, I'll be like, oh wow, that would have been so much better if I had this mod included, just to make life a bit simpler. We'll see how that goes. That's just whatever. That'll be a thing that happens anyway, because it always happens whenever I do a mod pack. I always then think, oh wow, I should have included so-and-so mods. I did put wall climbing this time though, so that's the thing. Put in Alex Mobs. That's an interesting mod. Adds in some animals and stuff. Adds in, I remember adding in some dangerous creatures. Like, I remember crocodiles and stuff. Like, I don't think it's anything insane, but it gives us some extra things to fight. And oh yeah, if this also turns into a mini-series, this also just gives me another random thing that I can sit and talk about D&D and stuff on. Because, as per usual, that's the funniest thing I've got to talk about. Also, small raccoon! That felt a bit mean. But yeah, okay, so in Bleach, vibes. The way you get stronger is you attacking, kill things. And there you go. So I killed that raccoon and I was rewarded with 1 extra spiritual pressure. Oh, poor raccoon. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be fighting random stuff. It does work when you fight, you know, anything. So even if there aren't a huge number of hollows and stuff to fight, we can still get points for killing other stuff. Actually, does it include animals? Like, I'm assuming it includes animals. I'm assuming it includes anything I can physically eat. I don't know. That raccoon gave me 1 point. So far, none of the cows that have gave me any points. It's hard to say at this point. The thing's still up in the air. It could be. It could not be. But can I just kill a couple more cows quickly and just get a bit, get some energy, possibly? Also, I'm killing these in one hit. Wait a minute, what? I'm doing more. Wait, how much damage does this sword do? 8. Okay, I know as we get stronger, technically, we are going to do more damage. I didn't realize we still did so much just off the get-go, though. Hello. You're a bit of a chunkier target. Blop. We did 14 currently. Good to know. Also, yay, killing cow got his points, but that proves that point then. There we are. Huzzah. Also, just by taking this, I don't really fancy dealing, well, I was about to say I don't fancy dealing nighttime, which is normally the case. Normally I don't fancy dealing with the first nighttime, because normally you know, you'd skip it so you can gather more supplies and that. I am kind of a Shinigami, though. I feel like I should be able to deal with the first nighttime, because if mobs start coming at me, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for me to kill them and get points and stuff, so... Okay, let's let the nighttime come and see how it goes. I'm taking the bed, though. They're not getting their bed back. Yeah, anyway, so why are we playing this then? Other than obviously the obvious thing of, you know, I fancied playing a Bleach thing, because I've been wanting to play a Bleach thing for a little while. And, like, there is the old Bleach mod in 1.12, but, you know, it's not been updated in a while. And I played that a bunch, and I've not really got many more variations that I can really think of off the top of my head, other than getting other people involved and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's still a really good mod. It's still a mod I would happily play. It's just, you know, I've already played it a lot, so... there is that. But, oh yeah, I just remembered. Oh yeah, combat mode, hold on. Excellent. Does this sword count as a sword? Let's find out. Well, the game crashed, so that answers something. Okay, 1 second. I just want to test this quickly. Ha! Yeah, okay. Okay, those mods don't work together. Just wanted to confirm with one more go around, just to see in case it was a one-off. But no, okay, Epic Fight needs to go. Sadness. Okay, Epic Fight had to go. To be fair, I had a sneaky suspicion that mod wasn't going to work, because Epic Fight is a mod that changes around the animations of a thing. And technically, Bleach has its own animation mod. It has a, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's a quite a popular mod for animation work and stuff, and it lets your characters maneuver in certain ways. Blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of different mods that use it. I'm not surprised it didn't work. I thought I'd try it, though, just in case. By some miracle it did, but nah, okay. My first hint should have been when the clothes disappeared. But anyway, so, that's out the window. No matter, just one of those things. Carrying on. So anyway, why are we playing Bleach? Blah, 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 blah. The old version, obviously, I want to play Bleach, but obviously the old version, you know, it's been around a while, it's good fun, but it's been around a while, I've played it lots, so, blah, blah, blah. Trying to play something new. This mod has a bunch of new stuff in it. It's a 1.16, which gives me other mods to mix it with, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, despite not having like a huge number of our early game enemies, there's a bunch of cool stuff to aim for. I really wanted to play Bleach, so here we are. Plus, there's also the fact that technically I'm doing Dragon Block and Demon Slayer / One Truce with Demon. And, like, they're with Demon. I'd rather do them with Demon, so, yeah. This is technically me playing on my own, so I just wanted to start something that'd be fun playing on my own. For now, anyway. We'll see if others join me later on. But, yeah. I think Demons will be around half the week, and able to play, like, half the week, so... one of those things, that's a... What? That button's conflicting. Ooh, that'll be a problem later. I will have to change that. Yeah, whatever. For now, I don't have any skills, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay, so when I click X to grab onto the wall, it makes the number or the slot thing go back. Cool. But yeah, hopefully Dune's going to be hopefully around for the weekend, so that we'll be able to record more Dragon Block and the One Piece stuff with them then, hopefully. There's a hollow! Oh my god, that Shinigami's going to go kill him though, and then I'm not going to get anything. Oh, that's a shame. Hey! No! Stop it! Where are you going? No! I want to face him! Stop it! Stop killing all the hollows, you fat... God, you're quick! Stop it, stop it, stop it, dead. Excellent. I don't think you dropped anything there. Ah! Oh, hollow. More hollows! Yeah, I don't know if... this is the only hollow there is. There's this hollow and then there's the Menos, isn't there? But yeah, that was the thing I was saying. Early game is literally this one. There's not like much in the way of variety of stuff like in the old one, so... That's the thing with the old one. So the old Bleach mod 1.12, or the original one, I think that's the original one, isn't it? It's like the original Bleach mod. Anyway, it's got a lot of really low tier enemies. It's got a lot of low tier hollows floating around. Then it's got the Menos, which is slightly stronger. But after a while, you get to a point where you're like, yeah, okay, nothing can really challenge me here, and no stronger enemies ever get put in. This game is kind of the opposite. It's got a lot of really high tier enemies, but like not really much in the variety in terms of the old ones, so or the small ones. So, yeah, that's a thing. Also, hollow. So, bosh, I'll be having that. Also, this is handy. Boop. Can use this for stuff. Oh yeah, there's more for this, isn't there? What do we need this for? We got a Shinigami badge. That would help us get hollow points. We need it for that thing, but I can't remember. You might get given that regardless. More badges. Hollow bait. That could be good. That could be really good for getting some training on. The seal, that only matters if we're a rank Reishi collector. Strong Reishi cloth. The dagger keys only matters if we want to go to other dimensions. Soul silver, I'm pretty sure, is only for thingy-majig. Oh, eye patch. Oh, there's something I want. Not really a good reason for wanting it. I just want it. Oh yeah, the quizzes got closed, didn't they? Ah, whatever. I'll probably make them later just to try them on. Anyway, soul cores. Ah, there we go. Let's see, get the Hogyo kill. You make all the soul cores and stuff. Cool. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of Ryatsu for that purpose. I think making a hollow bait probably first is probably the best thing to go for, because that'll get me tons and tons. But yeah, anyway, I've been looking forward to try this, so here we are. We're gonna chill, play Bleach, fight some stuff, add some more mods in so we have more stuff to fight, and just see how it goes. Oh my god, it's an invasion. Hello! That is just a load of training points right there. Excellent. Hold on. Oh, so I'm pretty sure we figured out when we were doing the mod review, because you can get points just by, you know, killing things at random. Or hitting things at random. If you make one of the grinders, aka like... No, yeah, just a mob grinder. You can let that guy up and just kill all the things in it, and that'll get you tons of points. So there are ways you can grind train easier. So we'll see how it goes. We might be able to just kill things as we travel, and that'll be enough. Or we might have to actually go into, like, hard training, because we have to get 700 energy to get our sword released. Then 2,000 in order to get our Bankai. So, and even then, we might have to go a bit higher than 2,000 to get, you know, stuff beyond the Bankai. Also, oh yeah, no, there is another hall. Is this one as well? But no, there is slightly more than just that one. I mean, as I said, like, there's some, there's not a lot. There's only a couple of small halls. And it's more enemies to fight, and after that you have to get into bigger stuff. That's why I'm trying to think of mods that'd be like really good for like low tier enemies to fight against, so we have a bit of variety. Oh, there's another one as well, actually. Okay, at least they're not spawning at a decent rate where we're fighting all of them. Like, there's not a huge number of these hollows, but at least we're fighting a bunch of. No! Feck off! It's mine. It's all for me. He killed it. The feck. God damn him. Oh well, whatever. Right. Anyway, one of those things. Bam, ba-dam. Moving on. So. Right, weekend's approaching. Cool. That'll give me a chance to hopefully record more stuff with Demon, aka we've got the One Piece series where we're fighting the Demon Slayer stuff. That's quite fun. I'm having good fun with that, because we're just ridiculously powerful. It's great. God, spider got in my way there. I couldn't approach. At least not in time. All the more. But yeah, I've been trying to convince Demon also to come do like little one-off videos and stuff, because those are always quite fun. Blah, 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 blah. Die. That was always quite fun. I was tricky convincing him because I don't know why. It's like he's got a comfort zone thing where he's like, yeah, okay, let's do this, and we're doing this, and blah, blah, blah. And then I suggest, like, hey, let's do this one-off thing. And he's always, like, kind of against it. But then once he starts playing it, he finds out it's really fun, and he enjoys it. I don't get it. I don't get why everyone around me has to be this way, where it's like they're against playing something until they start it, and then all of a sudden they find it really fun, and then they're just so into it. It's like, why don't we just play some one-off things? Just, you know, start a modding and just have a wee go around with it, you know, as you do with it. Oh, it's a boss, one of those things. Because I had a couple ideas for, like, one-off stuff. That included actually trying out the two Bleach Vibes and Bleach Awaken. Both them could be fun for, like, a one-off just with Demon, like we did with Demon and Zoro, where we just go through all the stuff and show. Because, like, we did Bleach Vibes one before as a one-off, but there's a lot more stuff in here since last time. Like, there's way more. There's way more swords, there's way more attack thingies, there's more stuff for the Quincy's and stuff. I have a slightly better understanding of how some of the stuff works, to a certain degree. Like, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but, because it never is. I do these mod reviews, and I always end up with getting stuff wrong here and there, but blah, blah. But yeah, you get those two. That's like, aha! There it is! There's one of the dangerous things I was talking about. This is one of the reasons I added this mod in. Because, like, yeah, those feckers, they exist. They're terrifying. It's great. But yeah, I was also, other than that, I was trying to think of what other mods I haven't played in a while. That'd be fun to, like, go back and play as a one-off with Demon and stuff. So, I don't know if anyone can think of any anime mods that I haven't played in a while. I think it'd be cool to call you. Then let us know. I don't know. One of those mods happens to... Get it! I'm poisoned. The ball. What did you drop there? Dropped your wing. Which gets, a bigger wing. Oh! I had no idea you could do that. That's so cool. Okay. I just had to kill a lot of these horrible... What are these things called? They're in bloody Fallout New Vegas. Like, I generally can't remember their name. Oh, it's because it's been ages since I played Fallout New Vegas. How long am I poisoned for? Oh my god. Poisoned for bloody ages. It's not even poison, it's just what his sting does. Come back! No! Also, I love the animations for these mobs. It's so cool. Blah! Gotcha. Also, blah! I'm gonna kill the Shinigami I see as well, because I want the training points. Oh my god, it's a chunky elephant. Blah! Oh god, the children are fighting back! Wait, what? I wasn't expecting the children to fight back! No, I don't want to kill you! I didn't want to kill you! This wasn't the plan! That's right, run away, you. Run away. Oh, I attacked the big ones because they had a load of health. I thought, oh, training points. No! No, the little ones are violent as well. They're coming for me. I didn't want to kill them. They weren't the targets. Oh god, they're still following me. Okay. Oh, I wonder when I lock flash step. Actually, wait, hold on. Oh, how does that work again? Hold on. Training. That just works off XP, doesn't it? Yes. Wait a minute. That's a thing in this mod. I was thinking about like how that works. Are those elephants still following me? No, I think I'm good now. Hold on. I've got XP points to spend. Where am I at? 'Cause every time I kill something, or is it just things with spiritual energy? Can't remember. Anyway, blah. I currently have 50 points in Shinigami. I have 280 points. I think it is just off XP. As I gain XP for levels, I will get slightly stronger. Cool. So, to that end, what I could do is put 20 points in the kendo. Oh, it's 10 per thing. Okay, I was about to say, wait, why did I use so much? I forgot how that worked. Shampoo, badoosh. How do we activate ability again? Is it which button is it? It is B. No. I refuse for it to be that button, because that would be very awkward for me. So, no, we're going to go with F. Badoosh. Much better. Now we can flash tip, which... I just know, it makes you go really high up for some reason. Is that, I guess that's so you don't get, like, stuck in the ground, like, when you teleport. I mean, there's probably a reason for that. I don't know, it just seems weird. Okay, that used a lot of our spiritual energy, though, holy feck. Anyway, the plan I was making before I started attacking elephants, playing one-offs and whatnot. Other than maybe trying to get Demon to come play this for a bit, but I don't know if, like, there's no point trying to get Demon to come and do, like, all the different series and start taking all of them, because realistically, there's only so much time Demon has free to do recordings, and if we're doing recordings on this, then we're not doing recordings on Dragon Block or One Piece, and we might as well continue those two until they're finished. So I'd rather, like, continue those with him and, like, you know, do this after, or if I'm going to do Bleach with him, just do it as a one-off, where we just play through things for fun and show things off. For now, once we finish up One Piece or, Dragon Ball, then I'd ask him if he wanted to come and play this, assuming I'm still doing this at that point. But anyway, some mods I would like to get them on for, like, a one-off, along with others if I could bloody convince them, but trying to convince them to do anything is a trial. Apart from the fact that they're never really free, trying to convince them to play old mods, it's again that thing of they see a mod, and they're like, oh, that version, oh, that's a thing I'm not currently doing, I just don't want to try new things, or play old things, or do one-offs and that as much. It's a shame, because when we do them, it's awesome. Like, when we did that, the One Piece Devil for Fiasco, where me, Mitch, Naya, Zaro, and Rin all partook, it was great. It was chaos. It was, like, just pure chaos, but it was so much fun. Same as when me, Naya, Mitch, and Rin did the Dragon Ball thing. We were getting beat up a bunch. I thought it was really fun. It seemed like everyone was having a lot of fun, but then, you know, conflicting schedules and stuff got in the way, and people got busy, and blah, blah, blah. And, it's a shame. I miss playing in big groups. It's always fun when we do. But anyway, convincing you to play stuff. A bit easier because it's just as... So, I really want to try and get them to obviously try the Bleach mods and blah, blah, blah. That's not fair enough. There's also the old Digimobs mod. I do want to try and get people on for, like, a group thing of that. And also Metabots. I got ANBU, Drake, and Rin to play that. I want to get others to play it. If nothing else, just so I can show off my own custom Metabot. I'm so, like, the biggest thing for that mod is always I want to show off my Metabot, because I eternally find it so cool that, like, I've got a special Metabot in there, but also just because I like Metabot as a series, so it's a thing I like. And it's a mod I don't get to play nearly as much. Like, it's a very simple mod, but it's a mod I always fancy going back to, because I just find it really cool, because Metabots is a show I really enjoyed when I was younger. Ah, the bar. But yeah, me having a bot, it definitely helps. It definitely feels like I want to show off the mod even more because of it. Just so I can go, hey, so this is a shadow bot. This is the coolest bot in the whole thing. And I wish Metabots get more updates. Oh, hello. I had no idea this spawned a mountain. Oh, that's handy. How do we use this again? For that together makes that cool. Okay, so this spawns on mountains. Okay, I thought I'd have to go underground for this, but no, okay, it can spawn on mountainside. That makes life probably easier. I think it'll get easier. I think that makes life easier. I think I can just go on a mountain and get a lot of things. Cool. I do need to go underground and go get iron and stuff though, so that'll need to be a thing at some point. Unless I throw in like I could throw in things like Dungeons Horizon stuff, I guess. I could throw that in as like a thing. But do I don't know. I'm not entirely sure which other mods I want to put in yet, because I did consider it, but I just never actually went through it. Same as like I was thinking about anime mods I could mix with this for things to fight, but I'm like, oh, I don't like when I did with One Piece Demon Slayer. It's like, yeah, but then it starts mixing powers. I'd rather pick a mod that doesn't mix my powers, so I'm just using Bleach, because I've never tried this in survival. Like One Piece, I'd played in survival. I didn't mind mixing powers because I already knew what I was getting for the most part. This I don't know. This I've never tried. This I want to like experience it somewhat. Why are there so many? There's so many raccoons everywhere. Why? Why are these everywhere? Why is there so many of you all over the place? Also, tail. I feel like that does something. What does that do? It makes a heart. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Also makes you better at sneaking, which is fun. No, so I suppose I can't keep putting this off. I might as well quickly dive under and get some iron. Just to get out of the way, because I want to get iron tools really quick. It'd be good. This is not a cave. God damn it. Oh yeah, that was also a thing. If everyone remembers that physics mod I tried adding in One Piece and Demon Slayer, I tried adding that into this. It did not work. In the sense of I was on, it just started freezing a load. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's not gonna be a good thing. I don't know like what the requirements for that mod are, or like what if there's a trick to like getting it to work better and stuff. But like it looks so cool. I wanted to try it because I wanted to see what would happen if I was underground mining with it. Because I assumed you could cause cave-ins and like get yourself absolutely like destroyed by it. But I guess we'll never know for now because I can't really test that. You know, one of those things. But yeah, I don't know. The idea was there. If I can figure out how to get that mod working, I'd like to. But yeah, much like Epic Fight, I'm like, okay, we don't need it. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna abandon it so we can play with the Bleach stuff. So let's actually try and build a place to stay really quick. Or I don't know. I mean, I was gonna get iron first. I had an iron axe, but you know. Oh, the ball. Once I get that, I might as well quickly gather some wood and try making a wee place to stay. Just so I can store my things away. Because, yeah, it makes sense for this type of thing. I'm going to have to, like, gather a load of things for crafting. I have to build portals to go to the Shinigami plane and stuff like that. So, this is one of those series, like, mini-series I'm going to have to actually build home. Joy. But yeah, I suppose as I'm gathering wood and building place now, I could briefly go over the whole D&D stuff that's going on. So, where are we at on that for those interested and whatnot? So, right, for those that don't know, I play D&D with folk online. I used to play at a community center with folk. I stopped because those people, well, not all of them, but like a bunch of them sucked as people. Like, it wasn't a new player-friendly campaign. I've complained about a bunch before, but yeah, basically the DM just enjoyed people messing up and intentionally looked for people to mess up and bummed them down. He'd word things in ways so people were likely to mess up. It was annoying. So I just ditched it. I just decided, right, my goal was to try and learn to DM myself anyway. I mainly was going there to get a bit of an experience on DMing. I got experience, alright. I got experience on how I shouldn't be DMing. So I just kind of don't do what he did. And it's worked out better so far. So I got Demon, I got Erin, and I got Arcanus to join me. And we started a D&D little group thing where we're doing like a weekly session at this point. Or, well, it's like mostly weekly. Obviously during the Christmas period, it was a bit of a kerfuffle because, you know, people were busy and, like, you know, it was a Christmas season. It made sense. I didn't expect us to get, like, you know, games and stuff around that time. That was fair enough, whatever. But now it seems to be, we've kind of settled on a weekly session where we're, like, you know, every week doing one. We're a few sessions in at this point. And, I mean, yeah, it's been quite fun. I've been DMing. It's been tricksy, especially for map making. I ended up getting an RPG map maker, so I've got really crappy looking maps, but hey, they get the job done. And then I've got some different character things that I end up using a lot of characters from different shows and stuff. And That's also been really funny, because I've just been grabbing ridiculous characters in some cases. For example, so, the first fiasco we were getting into, my opening thing for everyone, was pretty much goblins, because that seemed like a really safe thing. Goblins aren't very strong, their bigger thing is that there can be a lot of them. Kill, kill, kill. And there's pretty much a couple of ways it could have went, because they could have just done their basic goblin thing, done the first kind of mission, which was basically just go and clear out some goblins that have been causing trouble on the road, and get a reward, and leave. They could have done that, but I also kind of left it open where it was a thing of they could have tried to, do a bit more, because there were more goblins, especially since one person in the group, Arcanus, the cleric, knows how to speak goblin, and he made it a point in his backstory that as when he was young, he basically got captured by goblins or something along those lines, and basically he kind of befriended them, going off the whole idea that, not all monsters are bad, some of them are just misunderstood, blah, 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 blah. I'd fully intended to just make the goblins bad. Like, they were, like, obviously you can have civilized goblins, but these were just gonna be wild goblins. They were just gonna be, bad, for the most part. After he put that in his, his story thing, though, and, sent it to me, and that I'm like, okay, because I'd already planned the goblin stuff at that point. I'm like, okay, I guess I better change it slightly, so, some of them are misunderstood. And I did. I made it so not all the goblins are willing participants. And essentially the idea being, there is one goblin that's essentially trying to become the goblin king of the area. Like, he's basically got a load of tribes together. He's trying to basically form a bit of a goblin army. And as they've been going around, they've been hearing more and more about this, and now they're at the point, after a few sessions, where they know roughly where the goblin, I guess goblin army, you could call it an army. It's like, I made the numbers out to be around 100 odd goblins, essentially, because it's maybe a load of groups together. But they're not all together all at one time. Some of them are separate off in different areas, different camps and stuff. And I basically made it as a thing of okay, this is open. You can do what you want with this in terms of you can either fight them. Obviously, you shouldn't fight them directly. That was a bit obvious, but they haven't, thankfully. But they could go for guerrilla tactics where they just kill off goblins bit by bit every now and then. They could go for go to the village and do a kind of siege type thing, where the goblins were going to attack and they'd be able to try and improve their odds of defending the village and stuff, or just to see what creative things they could come up with. Or feeling that they could leave the village to handle the middle goblins while they fight against the stronger goblins or something. But yeah, they've gone for guerrilla tactics. They're now fighting off basically any goblins they can pick off. They're capturing goblins to try and interrogate them. ANBU is playing a dwarf fighter, and he's got this. He's essentially kind of crazy in a sense. His character's not actually crazy. His character's not actually dumb or anything like that. But he just does a lot. It's ANBU. He does a lot of random stuff, and it's quite funny. So, yeah, basically, he decided to have his character try to speak Goblin, even though they didn't know how to speak Goblin. But ANBU's literal attempt was to make a bunch of random noises at the goblins. Which, a bit of a mixed thing on that, because in some cases, some are intimidated by him going, like he's a crazy person. Whereas the the ones they're actually trying to speak to, think he's being insulting towards them, depending on, his charisma rolls and things like that for it. So, that's, ANBU's basically started a bit of a conflict with the goblins, but at the point right now, in the series, or the session that's been getting called Animal Handling, the party have still got the dogs, because they basically got wolves and quote-unquote tamed them by battering them unconscious and then making them their own. Okay. And at this point, they have teamed up with one of the goblins, one of the more regular goblins. Okay, one of the goblins is a bit stronger than the other ones. One that had been imprisoned essentially by other goblins because he didn't want to partake in the war. Or, well, the quote-unquote war. It's basically this one goblin that knows magic that's took over the other camps and stuff and is essentially trying to get them to go and attack the village and try and take over territory because he's on a bit of a power trip. I also, funny enough, made his picture for this king goblin, the green goblin, because he's meant to be a bit insane. And, also the green goblin had a little hat, so I was like, oh, that's perfect for, a mage type. I'm going with that. Because Demon went and said to me, I just know you're going to make this king goblin ridiculous. And I'm like, yup. And then eventually I showed the picture of the green goblin. So that's the king goblin. He hasn't even seen, because I've basically got this king goblin. I've also got a couple of smaller other goblins, like a hobgoblin and a regular goblin, that are his kind of elite warriors. A.k.a. I've made a hobgoblin that's essentially a tank. What earth's going on over there? What? Oh, hello! But yeah, I've got the hobgoblin is basically gonna be a tanky one. So it's gonna have more health, it's gonna be hit a bit harder, it's gonna be slightly bit armor, you have a bit of a weapon and stuff. I also have made one that's going to essentially be a monk. And I've made it essentially a goofy, like, Gobta type one. But he's going to be tougher than the average goblin. Because how the party's made up right now, we've got Arcanus the cleric, we've got Inmo the fighter, we've also got Demon the monk, and we've got Aaron the rogue. With Aaron being human, Demon being human, Inmo being a dwarf, and Arcanus being half-elf. So, that's kind of the party's makeup right now. And it's been going well. Although, not last session, but the session before, they found the main goblin camp. Okay, that was cool. They found it. Bim ba-dim. They decided a bit of scouting around it and stuff to try and figure some things out. Cool. Makes sense. They were trying to gather information, blah, blah, blah. Things end up going a bit weird, though. So, basically, around the camp is trapped, because they also have one intelligent goblin. But one intelligent goblin doesn't want to partake. Like, it's more like he's being forced to, because hostages and other goblin situations and blah, blah, blah. Like, I made a couple of dynamics in this. So, like, you know, they could try and recruit some of the goblins to be on their side. Essentially kind of fight a war of their goblins versus other goblins above them. 2 sessions ago, though, things escalated in an interesting way. They did this. They ended up finding a trap. They then triggered it intentionally. Then they waited for a bit, and then, you know, nothing came, because the traps are just meant to catch folk. They're not like, you know, magically, arcanely, you know, alarmed or anything like that. Like, they don't know if a trap's been triggered. They just go around and see if a trap's been triggered. Eventually, they decide to shout. They get the goblins that are, like, patrolling. They come at them. They then kill the goblins, but they leave the last one alive. The last one they left alive wasn't, like, the leader of that group, though, so that one didn't have much new information. So, basically, they tried to interrogate it. It wasn't very smart, and honestly, like, unless you ask a dumb goblin the right questions, you're not going to get, like, great answers. If you ask really complex questions, they're not going to answer it. So they're asking things like, where are the traps located? He didn't know. Only the leader goblin of his group knew, because he'd be following him. Okay. They gleaned whatever information they could off him, though. Bit by bit. And then they're like, okay, we need to kill this goblin now. Because it'll go back to the main camp in Babada. And that all seemed fine, because the goblin they had with them only really cares about the goblins that were in her group. Also, it's a female goblin. Like, the goblins, I made it like they're like a they're mostly males, like 95% male, like, as only a few females, and all the females were, like, being kept away. They found the camp that had all the females kept away, and this was one that was, like, stronger than average, but basically didn't like the whole fighting thing going on, so she ended up joining their side. And the one smart goblin is related to her, and it's one from her clan group, whatever, and basically, it also gives a thing of, okay, you're going to try and rescue this one particular goblin for her. Cool. And all these little things, it's optional. They can do it if they want. They chose to recruit this goblin as well. Because originally, she was just going to go with the other goblins and leave. And she was going to ask if they could, like, try and save her, like, her... I think I said it was her cousin, essentially. But, like, you know, her, the goblin that was related to her. But then they're like, okay, you're coming with us. Or I think Inmo did that. I think Inmo went, right, you're coming with us then. And I just had her agree. Like, I had her being as though she was a bit stronger than average. But, like, you know... I didn't intend for her to come with the party, but here we are. So, she didn't care about this other goblin. It was one from whatever group. It could have been a bad one. It could have been a good one that was unwilling. We don't know. Because most of them were cowardly anyway. So, yeah, the party decided they're going to kill it. Inmo then out of nowhere decides he's not doing that. Inmo decides out of nowhere, no, I'm keeping him. He's going to be my worker. Because Inmo's backstory is he did, building. And he decided he wanted to try and recruit. Like, it's not really, like, his story arc thing is he wants to get builders and stuff, but he decided this is what he randomly decided he wanted to try and recruit goblins as builders. To, like, train them and have them work for him and stuff. I don't know exactly what his angle is. I think he's just making up as he goes along, but okay, whatever, it's up to him. He decided to stand up for the goblin, didn't want to get him killed. Okay, fair enough. But the rest of the group did not agree with this. And at this point, it was Arcanus that was looking at him. Arcanus decided that rather than asking him about this, he was just going to use magic and shoot a guiding bolt at the goblin. Inmo decides he wants to try and block it, so I give him a roll so he can, like, try and dive in front and take the hit. At which point he takes the hit and gets injured. Okay. And, okay, they just had their fight with, like, the goblin patrols at this point, so it was like, okay, not everyone's, like, at full health. They're not, like, they're desperately bad because they managed to fight pretty okay. But, you know, they're not perfect. After that, Aaron's character comes in. And Aaron's character decides he'll just take a stab at the goblin. Inmo again decides he's going to try and block for this. And at this point, because of the angle where they were sitting like a kind of like a hollowed out kind of tree area. Inmo could block for, basically stop, Aaron's character from getting up close to the goblin. So Aaron's character decides they're just going to take a stab at Inmo then. Infighting started. At this point, it's not going well for them then, at that point. Demon decides rather than actually going in himself, he's going to send his dog to attack the goblin. Just to slip by and just attack the goblin. Inmo then uses one of his tricks. At this point, they're level 3, because they've done numerous battles up to this point. He's level 3. He is a fighter that is a rune knight, or rune something, a runesmith. I can't remember what the name is. Point is, it's about runes, and he's got one rune, a cloud rune, that lets him redirect damage. He redirects the damage back to Demon. The dog gets a natural 20, and actually like takes a good chunk out of Demon's health. Okay. That escalates things. Demon gets up, Demon batters Inmo, because Inmo isn't fighting back, Inmo's just standing there taking it. At this point, Inmo gets knocked unconscious, and before they can kill the goblin though, or decide what they're doing next, I decide, because at this point while they were doing all this stuff, I've got like dice in my hand, IRL, and I'm just kind of rolling them to see if like they trigger an event of some sort. And at this point, it rolls low enough from like, okay, something's coming for them. I just throw like something bad at them, so I throw an owlbear at them. They're all at level 3 at this point, so like at full health as a full team, they could take an owlbear. They're not at full health. They've used a bunch of their resources, and Inmo's lying unconscious. They maybe could take this owlbear, but it'd be a struggle. They quite correctly decide, okay, we're not fighting this thing, we're going to run. So it becomes a mad scramble of basically trying to dodge the owlbear, tank the owlbear, get Inmo up, and get away. At which point, they all very quickly then decide, while Inmo's unconscious, we're going to sacrifice the goblin to distract the owlbear while we get away. And, funnily enough, they get Inmo up and stuff like that. They throw the goblin at the owlbear, and the owlbear gets 2 attacks. So what it could have done is it could have killed the goblin with 1 hit, then it could have chased after someone. In this case, Arcanus. Arcanus is the slowest one there, because I think Inmo does something so he gets further away. I can't remember if he used his action surge to run, or whether he just sprinted, and like Arcanus did a different action or something. I can't really remember. Arcanus was the first bind, and within reach where the owlbear could kill the goblin, then go for him. Luckily though, the owlbear critically misses his first attack, and the goblin survives 1 hit. Then instantly gets killed. It does not survive 2. It does not survive 2 hits. Sadness. The goblin died. Inmo was gutted. But yeah, at that point, they've very quickly learned that infighting in the middle of a dangerous forest is not a good idea. So that was good fun. That was a thing they got up to in more recent times. They had their first case of real infighting, but they matured from it. They've learned they shouldn't do that. They all apologized. Inmo apologized, and they've all come to better understand each other. That led us on to last session, the session we had last week, last Sunday, and okay, so at this point, they've woke up, they know where the camp is at this point, they decide they want to keep scouting, they want to try and learn more information. At this point, they want to capture more goblins, or cut off any supplies that they've got. They basically want to go guerrilla tactics with this, and try and pick off small groups of goblins, rather than trying to fight them in camp, because they don't think they can take them in camp, because rightfully so, at any visible time, there's at least like 40 goblins visible, while others are sleeping and stuff. So, like, going head on, it's a terrible idea. So what they do is, they decide to scout. At this point, they've learned that Arcanus and Inmo both wear heavy armor, and they have disadvantage on stealth checks, so they have them stay a bit further back. At this point, because they're all level 3, they'll have their subclasses. Demon had been keeping his hidden. He hadn't given anything away yet on what his was. And he finally gives it away in this session, where he turns out he's a dragon monk, aka an ascendant monk, I think it's called, where basically he can put elements onto his punches, which is really cool. And the second he decided he was doing a punch this way, he decided to go for a fire punch, and I started playing fairy tale music in the background just to wind him up, because Demon is notoriously not a fan of fairy tale. So well, he does like it, but then he's against it as well, because you know it promotes friendship and stuff, and he's against all that. But yeah, anyway, point being, that was fun. That was later on though. Aaron's character Red though, because he's playing as a female character. She actually picked to be a Soulblade rogue. So she has psychic powers. So she can actually form a telepathic communication with like someone, as long as she's seen them and blah, blah. So basically, still with an eyesight, she forms a communication with Arcanus. And they say they're going to scout out this camp, see what they can find out. They're going to wait and see if any goblins leave, aka patrol and stuff like that, and they're going to try and pick them off. A solid plan. Cool. They do some rows and stuff. They seem to get along fine. At this point, they then see the King Goblin. This is their first time seeing it, and they see the Green Goblin. Everyone's reaction was brilliant. Cool. And at this point, they get to see a bit more of what he's like. He's also taking around the cousin goblin, the one that sets all the traps, the one that's slightly more intelligent, and the one that they want to save. He's taken around on a chain, pretty much, like as like a kind of enslaved type thing, like you're working for me, bum bum, just to put over the fact that, you know, this king goblin's a jerk. And then he's got his big buff goblin guard. They haven't seen the monk goblin yet. I'm still waiting to reveal that one. I can't wait. Because it is literally, I took the picture of Gobta for it, and I made a monk too. So I'm going to literally try and make it square off with someone in a melee combat thing. But it's going to be really, like, you know, up for a fight and stuff, and trash talk and everything. I'm so excited for that one. But, yeah, so they see all this, they also notice it was a cart leaving, because some of the goblins are going to go meet up with other goblins in our camp to get more supplies, because they are, you know, they're ferrying supplies back to this main camp to arm the goblins. If they cut off the supply chain, it doesn't mean when they eventually do the big fight, there'll be less, like, less goblins will have less good materials. Like, there'll be less ones with armor, less ones with good weapons, and That's so cool. It'll better their chances. They said to follow the cart, and rather than just killing the cart and, like, maybe taking one hostage and finding the way to this next encampment later, they decided they're just going to keep following it, but then I think it was Arcanus rolls a natural 1 on stealth, and he's wearing heavy armor. So even though he's a bit further back, because he rolled a nat 1, they notice him. They start approaching, and at this point, they end up finding Arcanus and Inmo, along with Inmo's dog. And actually, the feeble goblin as well. They were all together at the back, and then Demon and Aaron's characters were up ahead. So they actually, all the goblins that came back all went past Demon and Aaron's characters. They were hidden perfectly, so they just stayed. At which point it became a game of like, okay, what he's gonna do? So they decided they want to kill this lot. They want to like just get away from them. The only problem is that the two characters that could get away and just run away, they're the ones stealthed. The ones that have been caught are the ones that are slow. And most characters are dwarf. He has 25 feet movement. Goblins have 30. Arcade's character has 35 movement. They're not going to be able to just get away very easily. So at this point, they go for intimidation tactics instead. Inmo uses his rune of Giant's Might and becomes large. At which point, he intimidates them all to run away. Then when the small goblins are scared, the bigger hobgoblins see what's happening. They start approaching as well, because originally we're staying with the cart. And they're less intimidated. They haven't been done by intimidation yet, so Inmo could either try and repeat the intimidation, but he decides not to. He decides, no, this is our opportunity to run away. So they run away. And that was a whole encounter where just half the party was doing stuff, the other half was just sitting there watching, doing nothing. That was the thing. Okay, they made it work. They got away. They find the encampment. They see the goblins loading up supplies, and then they wait for the wagon to leave, and they decide they're going to attack the encampment after that. They do so. The main thing is, though, is that, again, they were split up. The armored lot, Arcanus and Immo, were waiting further back, and Demon and Aaron's character were the ones that were up close. Demon and Aaron's character just went for it, because it was only at, like, I think half a dozen goblins and, like, 2 hobgoblins, so, like, nothing insane, and they were getting a sneak attack, so they were going to kill some straight away. And they kind of clicked at this point that if you kill the hobgoblins, they're the bigger ones. They're the bigger threats. They're the ones that pretty much have the authority. The smaller goblins are quite cowardly in a lot of cases. Hello! It's a grizzly bear. Worth me killing that. Hi! Sorry! I want your fur. I got hair of a bear. What? I got a glove to hold a falcon? How do I tame you? How do I get a trinket? How does this work? Please be mine. How do I tame small bear? I want a bear companion. Oh, never mind. I suck at animal handling apparently. But anyway, Demon and Aaron's character decide they basically just wipe out the camp themselves. They wipe out. Are you going for me, Mew? Shouldn't. Been a mistake. I'm gonna kill every animal I see though, just to randomly see what I get from it. Die, bird! But yeah, so they wipe out the hobgoblins, they wipe out one of the small goblins, and they basically scare all the little goblins at this point, and they kind of all just surrender, because they know they're outmatched. Demon at this point shows off some of his dragon techniques. He's got like a dragon breath technique that he can use using ki. So he sends out a wave of cold over some of them, and then he rolls intimidation afterwards to try and get the rest of them to surrender, because some of them just surrender at that point because they realize, oh no, nope. they're a cowardly bunch. I've kind of made them consistently that way, where they're aggressive more when they've got the hobgoblins backing them, or they're a larger group, but when they're like, you know, split off or against overwhelming things, they will just give up and they'll try and beg for their lives and things. Blah, blah, blah. So at this point, the rest of the party gets together. The group on the wagon though, the goblins on the wagon, they come back because I told them, like, okay, the goblins have passed about a minute ago. At that point, they attack, and they're like, okay, they're still really close, though. So by the time the encampment stuff's done, they have a quick look around. The group from the cart comes back. At this point, the whole party's together, though. And at this point, they also have 7 or 6? They had like, I think it was 6 or 7 regular goblins just in, I think actually, yeah, no, it was 8. They had 8 originally, and then they killed one, so they had 7 left. And yeah, those 7 goblins, they had them all just hide in one of the tents and told them to stay there. And it worked. They rolled intimidation, so they just stayed in there. They ignored everything else. They then killed the goblins that were guarding the fucking spiders. They killed the hobgoblins that were guarding the cart, and basically they managed to intimidate the rest of the goblins. So at this point, they've got 15 goblins, just small goblins, just there. And Amo decides to make this a perfect opportunity to get new workers, and he really goes for it. He basically, because most of the goblins can't speak common, but occasionally like, one can. From that 15, at least one could. He basically gets that goblin, tells that goblin it's now the leader of this little group of goblins, and he then gets it to basically, like, oh god, what's the word for, like, you speak a language and you get another person to speak the language of the language for, like, the other ones can understand. And I was a bit to narrate, but that's not it, is it? What's the word? I can't remember. God damn it. Whatever. Anyway, he gets this one goblin to speak goblin to other goblins, and he basically uses it to communicate whatever he's wanting to get. And he basically ends up getting all these goblins in line. So Inmo, by the end of that session, just had 15 goblins following him around. To a degree, they're all terrified of him, because like half of them had seen him be a giant. Well, not a giant, it was like 10 foot tall, but you know, still pretty large. Like they were terrified of him, and yeah, at this point, by the end of the session, they head back to the village with the 15 goblins in tow, along with one hobgoblin they took hostage, and they basically hand over the hobgoblin to the village, hoping that like they'll interrogate him for information. I guess because they didn't want to do it themselves, but we're getting near the end of the session, so I guess maybe we're going to do that this session if they feel like it to get more information. But it's fine. They're just small birds. But yeah, at this point, it's going to be interesting to see what they do now. They tried to convince the guards, like the 15 goblins in the village. Weirdly enough, the guards were not for that, because these are wild goblins that have been terrorizing the village. So they managed to get the guards to not just shoot them. They managed to get the guards to not just shoot them away either. So the goblins basically got to camp outside the village walls. Well, yeah, they've got like wooden walls, and they've got a gate and stuff. So the goblins are camping outside, and we've been told basically if they try to flee, the guards will probably shoot them. So they're all terrified. They're all hiding in their tents. And they rolled an intimidation or persuasion or something for that, and it did really well. So, you know, those goblins are staying there. And now the next session is going to start, and Inmo just has an army of 15 goblins working for him, essentially. Because he just managed to pull that off. I had him do a bunch of checks to get this to work, and he managed to pass it. Like, I don't know how he did this exactly, but he words things in such a way where it sounds somewhat convincing, and then I just make him roll checks, and he manages it. So, feck it, I mean, we'll see what he does with them next, but oh, it's gonna be fun to see where they go from here. They've got basically, you know, they're cutting off the supply chain for the goblin. They've got one more encampment they can hit. That cuts off all the different supply camps that the head camp's got. At this point, that'll make the head goblin accelerate his plans one way or another, where he'll start actually making a move. And I think their plan at this point is to pretty much cut off their supply, weaken as much as they can by killing off any goblins on the side, and then let them try and siege the town, and just have the town help. It's like, I mean, you can do that. The town doesn't have a lot of people in it. Like, it has, like, it has, like, 8 guards and, like, 4 hunters or something. Like, it's not heavily armored town. It's not a very big, it's not a town even. It's a very small village kind of thing. But, I mean, yeah, okay, if you want helpers, that'll work. But now you've also got an army of 15 goblins. That may help. If you convince other goblins to the system, they could try and recruit more. Because I had made it a thing of, like, some of the goblins will turn on the group if you can convince them to. Because they're not actually wanting to be with this king. So, I'm interested to see how the session goes. Come Sunday, we'll have another session. It'll be fun. So, I don't know. That's kind of where we're at right now, though. We had some infighting. We had the Inmo recruiting, like, you know, 15 goblins as workers. He calls them workers anyway. We'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah, and also because 2 of them have wolves, Aaron decided he wanted to try and get a pet as well. And he started asking around if he could find a panther. I'm like, okay, I actually did a roll. I rolled to see if like it would be a panther in the area, because like, yeah, people like we seen a panther. I did a roll, so I'm like, it's not very likely. And I basically gave him information on like, okay, you got a panther. Here's like where they think one might be located. So he's got kind of a quest thing where he can go look for one. But yeah, basically though, they've decided because of animal handling, because everyone else get pets, that others want to get pets as well. So that'll be fun. I didn't expect them all to get pets for this, but it's what they're going for. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see what pets they end up with if he manages to get his panther, where he gives up and just decides to recruit something else at some point. Anyway, I'm having fun with it. DMing's, I mean, it's tricksy and nerve-wracking at the start, just getting prepped and stuff. But yeah, it's not been exactly bad. I've been having fun with it. At some point, I mean, okay, I'd say at some point I like to do D&D like as like a stream or as like a video or something. That also depends on D&D itself, because right now obviously D&D's having a bit of a fiasco with Wizards of the Coast. I don't know if people have heard of that one, but you know, Wizards of the Coast having a bit of a fiasco where they're changing over stuff and they're trying to like make it harder for creators and stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna go out. So I don't know if it'd be like a good idea to D&D if that happens. I don't know. I have to play that one by ear. But in the long shot, once I've done more of this campaign, got more experience DMing, assuming everything's okay and I can post D&D, I would like eventually do one where we do it on like a stream or as videos. So that's still an ongoing plan. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting slightly better at the DMing thing, because it's mostly just making stuff up on the spot and seeing how the players react, and it's been fun. Like, I'm really glad I invited Inmo to it. Inmo's just chaos. It's brilliant. Like, he just does the most unexpected things. And, I mean, everyone else reacts in fun ways for it as well. My biggest regret, though, is I didn't get Zaro to play. Because, like, I really wanted to get Demon, Zaro, and Inmo together for D&D. Because they bounce off each other in such a chaotic way, as you might have seen when we did the One Piece script thing together. So I can imagine doing D&D with those three. Like, obviously with like Aaron and Arcanus, even both some. If I could get Zaro to come join the weekly sessions, I'd take a 5th player at this point happily. I feel like I can handle 5. But yeah. Oh, a goal of mine at this point is to try and get Zaro to play a session though, just for the chaos. Because I can only imagine Zaro feeding into Inmo's madness, and Inmo is madness, but in the fun way. In a chaotic way, in the way that, you know, he does slightly unexpected things, but it leads to quite funny results. And as long as we're all having fun, that's the identity, that's the big thing. The bar. But yeah, anyway, that was about half an hour or 20 minutes of me just talking about D&D. Expect more of that as I do weekly sessions with people. I hadn't talked about it in a little while, so I had a bit more to talk about there. The bar. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any questions about the D&D game and stuff, feel free to put them in the comments, and maybe we'll answer them. And I like talking about D&D. If you ask about D&D stuff, I'll probably talk about it back. I didn't see how it go. Also, I guess if you have any suggestions for stuff you think might be cool for D&D, feel free to put them down below. Because I'm still in the learning process right now anyway, so I'll take suggestions. I'll take anything at this point, anything I can get. Can I flash step up? I can. Makes my life so much easier. But I do. Also, there's so many deserts in this place. Oh my god. Or is it all just, it's just one big desert. Oh, it's just one big desert. Okay. There's so many deserts. How am I coming across them? I'm walking around in straight lines. Yeah, no, it's because it's one big desert, ain't it? But yeah, anyway, I actually don't know how long this recording's gonna be, because normally I cut like chunks out when I'm like going quiet, but then I did the D&D spiel there, and like I didn't stop talking, so that all just stays in. Even though it's just mindless grinding, but it's mindless grinding and me just doing little bits. But I'm also hoping that, you know, people might enjoy it, because I'm talking about D&D and they might want to, you know, do feedback and stuff. Hopefully I didn't bore people. If it did, I apologize. But I'm hoping, like, because from what I gather from when I asked, people are interested, a bunch of people watching are interested in D&D, and they do seem to enjoy me talking about my sessions and stuff that I do. So, I don't know. I'll probably do more in the future. Might not be as long as that one, because that one was me talking about mobile sessions. I don't know, just depending if people ask questions and stuff. But right, anyway, I think before this becomes like a 1.5 hour video, which it very easily could be if I did all the regular stuff and talked about D&D, I'm going to end this video here. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this show. So yeah, we've got started. We're on the go. We've got, you know, some points. I just realized, actually, hold on. Got all these other things now. I go to Soul Society. I get Hado. Right, we'll play with that next time. But yeah, got all the training points, got some training done, bam. I'll continue some more next time. We'll try and get our energy up. I'm noticing though, yeah, so we're at 377, so it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to get our energy up, so I think I'm gonna have to like try and find mob spawners. So I think, yeah, maybe getting a dungeon in place wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe getting some dungeon mods in place so we can get spawners in place is a good idea. Then maybe making a grinder. So I can just train May not be a bad idea. That may be the most efficient way. Or I just put mods in for dungeons, and like we go and fight loads of dungeons, and we see how that goes. And maybe I'll get our points up quickly that way. I'm not sure. I do feel like Yaga Grinder is gonna be the most efficient way if I want to get my energy up quickly without, you know, lots and lots and lots of in-game grinding. But anyway, if you have any suggestions for mods you think I should put in this little mini-series we're doing, let us know in the comments down below. And yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And again, if you've got any questions about the D&D stuff or any suggestions for D&D stuff, if you have any tips and tricks, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I do enjoy talking about D&D, as you may have noticed by me ranting about it for 20-odd, 30-odd minutes. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time for more of our random little Bleach series, mini-series thingy-majig we're doing. Go! Bye, everybody. Also, just want to say a quick thank you to all of the channel members for the extra support, and a special thank you and shout out to our late members, the Johnny members, Sebastian Ramsey, Alexander01, and Isaac Washington, and our ANBU member, MonsterQ. Thank you all very much for the extra awesome support.